Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Josh Abrams, and again, we are on The Undercover Economist by Tim Hartford. This week, we are in Chapter 3, which is Perfect Markets and the World of Truth. Chapter 3 talks about supply and demand models and how they create a simplified but powerful view of markets. Um, and I think the best way to describe a world of truths is how supply and demand um, create uh, a perfect market, I guess, and put the exact price that something is valued at due to supply and demand. I mean, I'm not going to pay $49 for a cup of coffee, and nobody's going to sell me one for 2 cents. So, I'm whatever it's worth to me is what I'm willing to pay, and that's what it talks about in the book. Uh, and that prices act as signals. If you get a higher demand, that's a higher price. If you got more supply of something, there's probably gonna be less buying, and those things eventually equal out. And that's where you get your world of truth. When those prices equal out. What this relates to me personally, I love football, I love sports, I love DraftKings, and it kind of reminds me of the spreads. When a line is low, people bet on the favorite, the line goes up. People bet on the underdog, the line goes down. And I think that's a great example of just a perfect market, and how buyers and sellers, we adjust those lines. Um, so how is the model helpful? Well, it explains everyday price changes. Uh, how gas shortages will increase the price of gas. 'Cause we got to have gas. So if there's a shortage, the price is going to go up, and that's the cost we're going to pay because we have to have it to get back and forth and to the doctor, to work, or it talks about harvests with our crops and vegetation. If there's a big freeze and a harvest gets ruined, it's going to increase. You're going to feel that in your grocery store. You're going to feel that frost. It shows how incentives work, and that sellers supply more at higher prices, and buyers purchase more at lower prices. Yeah, so if you're a seller, you want to get the most money. If you're a buyer, you want to buy what you want for the least amount of money. Speaking of that, ever since I've been in this class now, I no longer go to Dutch Bros or Starbucks. I buy the instant coffee, freeze dried, $8 for a whole jar of Folgers is probably gonna last me a month, as opposed to $8 a cup at Dutch Bros, which I was spending a lot prior to this class. Uh, it makes the market process easier to visualize and understand. I love the graphs that we had in the videos. They help me understand a lot better, and the exercises says what the model misses. But it doesn't account for big companies' influence and prices and overall power that they have. It doesn't capture advertising trends or emotions that drive consumer behavior. Uh, it assumes perfect competition and perfect information, and that's just not realistic. None of us have that. It kind of makes me think of the insider trading going on in the stock market. And I'm pretty sure we all know that that's illegal, and there's serious punishments come with that. That's all I got for today. Thank you. Look forward to next week. Bye.